Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Coral. I'm not a clean oh my god, it is throwing it down. I'm not a clean makeup girly. If you are a lover of colour and glitter, then you found yourself in the right place. Today, can we just appreciate my Peter Rabbit nails? Yes, if you are a regular, they are longer than normal. And I keep tripping over them with my other fingers. But we're getting used to them, it's fine. Oh my gosh. It's literally like a monsoon out there. Anyway, since you guys enjoyed my makeup look throwback, me watching and reacting to me doing my makeup when I was 15, I thought today we would use some products that I used to really love. So a couple of these I still had in my collection for whatever reason in different kind of variations. A lot of these I've just repurchased just to see if I still enjoy them as much as I used to. So for primer, I pulled out the NYX Plump Right Back Primer. My favourite one back like 6-7 years ago was the Marshmallow Primer. But I already had this one in my collection, and the last thing I need is more primers, so it seemed silly to include that. I did actually recently finish the Marshmallow Primer, which is typical, so we're just going to use this one. It's just a nice, like, slightly tacky primer. Okay, for my eyeshadow primer, what a throwback this product is. This is the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk. And I used to use this to prime my eyelids. May I add, this was after years of doing nothing, and then a couple of years of priming them with concealer. There was also, I vaguely remember, an MUA eyeshadow primer that I used for a while, but they don't make that anymore, so this is the one we went for. So this is the shade Milk. It is essentially just a big, like, chubby white pencil, and I literally just used to draw it on. Now, obviously some of these products might have been reformulated, but I just thought it would be fun to kind of use them, see if I still like them. I just thought it would be fun, basically. Right, I'm just going to blend that out. Oh, this still sets very quickly. This was kind of the pre-P. Louise base for me. Once I'd used this one, I moved on to P. Louise, but to be honest, I know I don't really like that primer anymore, so I didn't want to use that. Okay, for eyeshadow. Now I know full well this has been reformulated. Okay, we've had a small smash, but not the end of the world level of smash. Okay, this is the NYX Ultimate I Know That's Bright eyeshadow palette. It didn't used to look this cute, but like I said, they've reformulated this one. I am excited to try this though. I really used to enjoy this eyeshadow palette, and it would be nice to find some more drugstore eyeshadows that I actually like. Because apart from the MUA formula, in terms of like what you can actually get in store, that is the only drugstore eyeshadow I really like. So that is what she looks like inside. I do vaguely remember it having more mattes, but I could be wrong. I decluttered mine a long time ago. But that's what she looks like. Obviously we're going to do something fun and colourful today. I'm actually going to use my Poppy and Fluff brushes again, because I am loving them. Not gonna lie, the shimmer to matte ratio, there's a lot of dark shimmers in here, which I don't love. I think I want to kind of do this like peach and this like corally colour, maybe a bit of yellow. Yeah, let's start with this corally colour down here. I don't think they have names. No, they don't. It's just number 2. This one here. And I'm just going to pop that in the outer half of my crease. Ooh, okay. Straight off the bat, that has much more pigment than I was expecting. I kind of vaguely remember the other one being not the most pigmented in the world, but I quite like that because I wasn't as into like luminous makeup as I am today. But it's a nice colour. I did almost buy the warm neutrals one because that was also another like huge favourite of mine. I use that like every single day, but I just knew I wouldn't use it in my collection, so I thought this one was like made more sense to buy, and I did used to really love this one too. Okay, I like that colour. That's very nice, that is. Gosh. Right, okay, we're going to use the pink that is underneath the coral. I'm just going to start blending this into the coral. We're going to wing it out, because of course we are. Because this may be products I used to love, but we're still doing a very kind of this coral vibe look. And I absolutely love this brush from the Poppy and Fluff set for this. It is just the perfect size to get like a nice wing. Okay, I'm now going to go into the darker pink, which is down here. And I'm going to start to deepen up the wing, just with that same brush. We're definitely going to tidy that up shortly. Then we are going to take this little like packing brush from the Poppy and Fluff set, and I'm going to take the red. And I'm going to take just a little bit of this because I don't want to go too far with it, and start building this up under the wing. Or like the bottom of the wing and into the crease. You know what? These shadows are really nice. To be fair, these are a lot more expensive than they used to be. I think that, I want to say it was about no, I don't think it was 18, it might have been 15. Either way, definitely not like the most affordable eyeshadow you can get at Boots or Superdrug in the UK, but I would say they're worth it. They're really nice. Right, we're going to go back in with that first pink and just make sure that red is blended out in the crease. Okay. Right. I did also pull out a pigment. This is one of the peaches and cream pigments. This is Hollywood. I still love these. I think they're amazing. So what we're going to do, I think I want to take the orange shimmer, which is the one we had a little bump with, but that's okay. I think I want to put this on the outer corner. This is a We Love Cosmetics #1 brush, which is really nice for kind of packing on shimmer. Okay, it definitely needs like building up. It's not like a one layer shimmer, but it isn't as dark as it looks in the pan, which for me personally is great. I probably would spray my brush, use some sort of glitter primer, but we didn't do that back then, so we're not going to do it for this look. I just couldn't. I did think about like not doing eyeshadow primer at all because that's the way I rolled for a long time, but I couldn't bring myself to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of flip what's left on the brush across that kind of middle portion of the lid, just so the pigment's got a bit of that orange to kind of blend into. What do I want to do with this outer corner? Okay. I'm going to take the little flat brush from the Poppy and Fluff set, and we're going to use Hollywood. Just going to go everywhere, I just know it. I also absolutely loved Mermaids, but I didn't want to do a blue look today, so I thought this one would work better. We're literally just going to whack this on. It feels so alien to put pigment on my lid without like a tacky base underneath it. This feels illegal. To be fair, these pigments are still stunning even without something to kind of stick to. It's just a really pretty like gold reflect. Okay. Do we like that? Oh god, this problem is with these peaches and cream pigments. They don't come with a like any sort of stopper or anything. They just get everywhere. Right, I'm gonna go back in with some of the orange and just intensify that and blend it in to the pigment. I feel like this is not bad. It's not a bad shimmer by any means. It's just taken like a little bit of building up. But actually, now I've built it up, I do really like the way it looks. Right, okay. I'm nervy. If in 2015, 2016, you'd ever seen me without eyeliner, it was alarming. Probably even earlier, actually. Probably like from 2013 onwards, maybe in about 14. This was always my absolute favourite. This is the Collection Fast Stroke Felt Eyeliner up to 24-hour wear. I haven't used this in maybe, I want to say maybe like 7-8 years, maybe even more. So I'm a little nervous. I don't really wear black eyeliner anymore, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm going to give it a go. Do I even need to shake this? No, it doesn't seem to have any sort of ball or anything in it. Oh my god, it's so thick. Right, okay, we're going to end up with a big eyeliner today. That's just the way it is. See, I feel like she would have thought this wing is a bit tame, but this is enough for me. If you are a regular over here, you'll know that these days I'm like a graphic liner girly. I'm not like a big thick wing. I think I used to love this one because I kind of like used to like draw it, and then I used to use the side of the nib to like really thicken it up. I did also love the one in the pot. I think that might have also been called Fast Stroke as well. This one's definitely too dainty. God, I'm not used to seeing myself with that much eyeliner on. Right, I feel like I personally, as Cole of today, need to fill this little gap in. I'd have probably just left it. So I'm going to take a mix of the pink and the red. And we're just going to fill that in so it kind of like goes into the wing, if that makes sense. I'd have probably just left it there as a teenager, to be honest. Didn't really care. And then I am just going to blend again with that lightest pink that we used. I also never used to go the whole way into the lid with the eyeliner. I don't know why. I just didn't. So that's how we're gonna do it today. Right, okay, I am excited about this one. This is the Rimmel Match Perfection Foundation SPF 20 Invisible Coverage Visibly Perfected Skin in 81 Fair Ivory. Pore Blurring Effect 24-hour moisturiser. I loved this foundation, and this for me was the first foundation that I bought. It was like a pink tone, and I realised that that matched me so much better than any other foundation I'd ever used. Right, okay, so 15-year-old me exclusively used a beauty blender, but I'm just going to use my normal foundation brush, and if all else fails, I will dig out a beauty blender and let it. But we're just going to go in with the Sephora Multitasker brush. Like I said, this is it. Oh, it still smells the same. I did also like the powder version of this and the concealer. I didn't pick up the powder because I just don't use powder enough for me to warrant buying another one. So I skipped that, but I really wanted to give this another go. I was a bit worried about this because I thought I'm a lot wrinklier than I used to be. Don't get me wrong, the wrinkles are not insane, but I'm a whole lot more wrinklier at 26 than I was at 14. So I was a bit worried, but oh, that smell is so nostalgic. I think if you've ever used a Rimmel foundation, you'll know what I mean. Okay. It doesn't look amazing on the nose, but everywhere else that looks really, really nice. It's very glowy. Okay. 14-year-old Cole. Okay, girl. Right. The holy grail for every makeup YouTuber in the UK from 2012 to 2015 maybe. Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. I think they've repackaged this about 3 times since I last bought it. Still the same shade though, Extra Fair number 4. I don't know whether this has been reformulated or they've just repackaged it. But I feel like it might be a bit heavy for my under eyes these days. But we will see. Ooh. Yeah. I think that is a bit heavy for my under eyes these days. I have just recently picked up the new one from Collection. It's like the extra cover. Lasting Perfection, which is just a bit more creamy. this one's quite like matte. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't look bad, but you can like see all of the creases under my eyes. So yeah, I mean, if I was going to bake this like I did back in the day, then it would probably look okay, to be fair. Okay, I feel like that foundation's definitely settled better on my nose than it looked. It's still a little bit dry, but it's definitely settled better than it initially looked. Right. I'm nervous about this step. This is not the product I used to use for this, but I wasn't buying a pot of Anastasia brow pomade that I would literally never use again. So we're going to use the P. Louise Signature Blend brow palette, and we're going to use the pomade. I'm scared. Right, okay, we're going to go in with espresso because this one is too warm. And this is pretty much the colour I used to use. And I'm just going to take a little angled brush. This is a P. Louise LL3. And I'm going to try not make my brows look like... To be fair, in the reaction video I did, my brows looked pretty good. But I think it was because I was doing like a natural makeup look. That was not how my brows looked 90% of the time. And I did use like the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in there, which I thought, oh, I could use that again. I don't mind. I like that product. But then I was like, nah, you've got to do a pomade, really. There was also this little like duo powder from Revolution that I always used to set my brows with. So we are going to set with the powders in this palette too. Do you know what, actually? Using that lightly, I don't hate it. It's not how I would do my brows on the daily basis, but oh, they are very much good. Is it just nostalgia? Do they actually look good, or is it nostalgia? It could be nostalgia. Ooh. Right, and then we're just going to set with the powder. Now, I would normally use the same coloured powder as the pomade, but I'm actually going to use this lighter one, and then I'm also going to use a little bit of this really light one called Hazelnut Latte. So I'm going to use Mochaccino, just to try and give them a bit more dimension. I just think this was like, you made your brows look very flat. This is not helping. This is just making them darker, I think. I'm going to put a little bit of Hazelnut Latte right in the beginning. Yeah, I just think, like, because now we like a textured brow. Whereas I think for, like, 2000 and whatever brows, you wanted them to look kind of blocky. And they just look really flat with, like, no dimension. Oh, they're just, I really want to run a like gel through these right now, but they're so dark. Oh my god. To be fair, this is what 2016 me would have vibed with. I feel like they don't look as bad on the main camera, but on the side camera. Girl. Right, okay, I'm not going to powder because I didn't used to powder, and then I got really into baking. I don't want to do either of those. I don't want to do that, so... Yeah, right, bronzer, Natural Collection. Natural Collection were actually discontinued, and then were brought back. This is the shade Tawny Birch. I don't think this is the shade I used to use. I think they just used to be light, medium, and dark, I want to say. I did also think about the Soap and Glory Solar Powder, which I did actually use in the video that I reacted to. But Soap and Glory makeup is so expensive now. Like, I just thought, I'm not going to use it enough. So I thought, I'm intrigued to see how Natural Collection have like reformulated their stuff. Very light on the pigment. I don't know how I went from here doing like such like light bronzer to where I am now, where I do such heavy bronzer. It looks nice though. Maybe I will do lighter bronzer. I mean, to be fair, I layered that up heavily. And then blush. This is Natural Collection Honeysuckle. There was one called Peach Sugar. I don't think they do that one anymore. But that one was like my ride order. Oh, was it Peach Melba? No, it might have been Peach Melba. And then there was a little Rimmel blush. And I'm sure it was called something like... Was it like Santa Fe? Something like that? I don't know. It was like a very nude shade. And I used to wear that a lot. Definitely did not wear as much blush as I wear today. And I am taking this up onto the temples to kind of blend that out a little bit. Okay, and then for highlighter, I actually do still have this in my collection. This is something I already had. This is one of the highlighters from the Sleek Solstice palette. I do believe they do still sell it. Oh, I definitely just had my nail in there. But I figured since I got like a single, which I'm pretty sure I bought for the nostalgia, like probably too long ago. Oh my god, look at it. Oh. These highlighter kits were like cult favourites. Everybody loved them. Everybody was obsessed with them. I mean, to be fair, you can see why. I feel like it looks really good on camera, but if I look at it, yeah, just every single bit of texture. We're clinging to every single bit of texture. But it does look incredible, to be fair. Right, okay, I did not buy a new mascara because I never really consistently used a mascara. I'm just going to use the one I've got open currently. No eyeshadow under my eye. I used to do heavy like up top, absolutely nothing under the eye, nothing in the inner corner. Okay, I'm excited for this lip combo. Right, Rimmel Lasting Finish lip liner in Cappuccino. I really liked these, but my favourites were actually the Exaggerate liners, which they don't do anymore. There was a shade called East End Snob. Loved that. Actually found one of those recently in my collection with a teeny tiny bit in it. And I used it up because I used to love it so much. I'm not really a matte liquid lip person as much as I used to be. I did also want to use a gloss. This is NYX Fortune Cookie. This is one of the butter glosses. I used to love these. I had so many of them. I think I only recently decluttered them like last year, the year before maybe. But I used to love these. I went for Fortune Cookie because I thought not only was it good for this video, but also maybe helpful in my quest to find the perfect concealer lip. So 2 birds, 1 stone. Love that for me. I'm just trying to get the little sticky bit off. These still smell the same. Okay, that lip combo eats. Okay, that is a look using a full face of my old favourites. Let's do a rundown. Obviously already had this in my collection. Still really like this one. This is the NYX Plumping Right Back Primer. Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. Would I use it as an eyeshadow primer these days? No. Do I kind of want to pop it in my waterline for a pop of colour? Yes. Not a pop of colour, like a pop of brightness. Yes, very much so. We'll probably use that in that way. Not going to use it as an eyeshadow primer again. This, I think, has definitely been made better following the reformulation. I really like it. It was really nice to work with. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I really like the look that it came out with. Obviously, the Peaches and Cream pigment I already had in my collection again. Really, really like these still. They're still a great pigment, still very affordable. Okay, Rimmel Match Perfection. I'm excited to try this a bit more. It's a little bit dry on my nose, but not anything crazy. So I'm excited to try it more. It still smells the same. It makes me feel very nostalgic. Intrigued to try that one more. The Lasting Perfection Concealer looks okay. It's nothing revolutionary. Is it my favourite concealer ever? No. Am I going to use it? Yeah, basically, in a nutshell. Right. Natural Collection Tawny Birch Bronzer. Lovely. Literally £2. Great budget product. Same with the blusher in Honeysuckle. This was beautiful. Not quite as intense as I normally like my blush, but very much like what I used to wear. It's a really pretty shade though. I'd definitely recommend that again for £2. Sleek Solstice Highlighter. If you have any texture in your skin, this is going to pick it up. If you want a highlighter that you can be seen from space in, this is the one you go for. I think it's very dependent, this one, on what you kind of want from a highlighter. If you want something subtle, this is not for you. If you want something blinding, these are still incredible, still beautifully formulated. Okay, the liner, Collection Fast Stroke 24 Hour. It's a bit grey. I've definitely tried better. It applied nicely, nice and kind of thick tip that was easy to use. But definitely not the best formula out there. I've definitely tried better since loving this one. And then finally, my lip combo. Rimmel Lasting Finish lip liners. Really like these. Very nice, like a wooden pencil, so they're a little bit stiffer, which I personally prefer from a lip liner. Sleek Matte Me Lip Cream. Felt really nice, actually. I'm intrigued to wear this on its own and see how I get on. And then NYX Fortune Cookie, beautiful gloss. Yeah, I really like this one. And the butter glosses are still a great drugstore gloss. A little bit stickier than some of the glosses that have been released in the past kind of 3-4 years, but still a great gloss if you're not bothered about a little bit of stickiness. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys used to use when you were younger. Let me know if you still use any of it. Let me know if you want to kind of retry anything just for like science. I was so tempted to buy Maybelline Dream Mousse for this video. But I used it for literally 6 months. Did I love it, or did I just buy it because everybody else used it? Possibly. This was kind of a foundation I actually really enjoyed. So let me know in the comments, what did you used to use as a teenager? If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, hit subscribe. And if you want to make sure you never miss another video, hit the bell icon and YouTube will notify you next time I post. You've been fabulous. I've been Cola the Ball, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.